Hey, Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome back to My Strange Addiction, Age of Wonders 4. Currently the game that I cannot stop playing. I cannot stop thinking about it. It has invaded my dreams. It has invaded my mind. It has taken over the very essence of my being, and I'm okay with that. So, we have sent off a crusading army to make its way towards Thorn. And I think it's time that we picked up the skilled raiders ability that will allow us to pillage provinces faster, get more money, and get healed as we do it. I think our main objective for this episode, right? We were in the establishment phase. We managed to raise a city and then rebuild it as our own, because that's the way we get an efficient amount of gold for doing so. We are currently being invaded. I do have a couple of armies nearby that might be able to do something about that. We need to continue to build up our economy. We're up to 3 cities. I would like to get to 5 by the end of this episode, if I could manage it. And I'd like to raise a few more cities as well. I'd like to clear out some more of these ancient wonders. I'd really like to clear out the Pantheon Shrine and the Fortress of Woe. I'd be really happy if I could get both of those. I might not be able to get both. We'll see what we can do. Let's go to the next turn and see the future holds. Right, so we finished building a mana obelisk in the capital city. We would like to get the monolith next, but we do need our 3rd quarry. The city will grow in 1 turn, and then we could get another quarry. So I'm going to go ahead and start the monolith, because the most expensive thing that we're maintaining right now is actually unit enchantment upkeeps. We do have a little bit of unit upkeep, which is kind of tempting me to want to delete, like this spider here. Because if you think about it, right, this 9 mana, this could maintain like 4 skirmisher thunderers. So yeah, we're going to have to keep pumping the economy forward. Now this Marauder army is actually really scary. It's got a tier 4 Entwined Scourge, which is a battle mage unit. It's got poison bolt, so it has a really good chance of inflicting poison. It destroys things. It's got sap strength, entwined, defense mode, all this stuff. So we'll have to kind of play it a little bit carefully. I'm going to pull back this army stack so that we might have them ready and able to participate in the battle for the capital. I don't mind if they raise a single forester. We'll just have to keep on top of things. Okay, these guys are guarding some focus crystals. We would like to blast that down. So I tell you what I'll do. In this gold vein outpost, I will build in this gold vein province, I will build an outpost, and that will pay for the upkeep of the outpost once we clear the gold vein, which I will do right now. Boom, boom, boom. Gold vein cleared. I'll get 33 gold from winning the battle and 106 from clearing the actual thing itself. Now we want to clear this. Let's use all 3 of our big stacks. Now we've got a couple of hurt people, but I shouldn't take any losses. All right, we took a loss. It's not the end of the world. But this is like the momentum that we need to keep. Is just keep smashing things down. This city really needs a lumber mill, so I'll go ahead and build that lumber mill. That way I have a farm, a quarry, and a lumber mill, which will boost all of the tier 1 buildings, especially the battle ritual site that will immediately get going, and then especially jumping straight into the ancestral seer hall. The most important resource for me this game is draft. I need to crank out units just constantly from every city. All right, let's see if we can clear out this Pantheon Shrine. So I can pay money and my army will not be condemned. However, if I don't pay money, all of my units will be condemned. I'm going to pay the money to not be condemned. That way we can go up against this Shrine of Smiting. Let's see, what does the auto combat do? So with auto combat, we lose 2 units. That is an acceptable level of loss to clear out a silver ancient wonder. To lose 2 tier 1 units, get 30 gold, and clear an ancient wonder. That is totally acceptable. Now I could get a chaos boon here. This would allow me to shit out thunderers like at an insane pace, or I could get a bunch of Imperium. Imperium is much harder to get than draft, and I'm already having trouble maintaining my armies. So I'm going to take the draft, and I can always just refill this army with resupply from the army, this other army. So now that we control the Pantheon Shrine, one of our goals should be to try and get this into the capital city. I'm going to attract a population, and you could use a 3rd, let me see, farm. What do I need? Yeah, a 3rd farm would unlock quite a bit of stuff. So I'll put a 3rd farm here. Now, we need another population in the city to be able to annex the Root of Chaos. But I am going to pay the Imperium to annex that into the city because that's worth 25 mana and that'll allow me to sustain a lot more troops. The Pantheon Shrine is also quite nice because it actually scales off research posts. We won't be building many of those. But right now my capital is just in a really great position. It's got 2 Ancient Wonders annexed. I'm working my way towards the 3rd Ancient Wonder, the Enchanted Den over here. So I'm super happy with the capital and its current yield output. I mean, like, just look at this. 200 gold, 80 mana, 75 knowledge. Just really, really great stuff. My ruler has leveled up once again. as has Aisha Crake. I'll take killing momentum on Aisha Crake so she gets an action point back whenever she kills another unit. That seems quite useful to me. I'm going to unlock expansive reach here. This will allow my cities to expand 2 provinces further, which will allow me to collect things like those ancient wonders much easier. I've decided I'm going to disband this Astral Keeper because 14 mana per turn to maintain for a bad support unit just is too expensive. The spider I'm going to keep because when it evolves into a champion, it becomes a tier 4 matriarch spider. With a much more powerful set of abilities. Mostly the Frozen Web also has a chance to inflict Frozen. Instead of being a 30%, I think it goes up to 60. So Ice Spiders are just really powerful. I definitely want to do a spider build where I just go entirely spider-based army. Spiders are super powerful. There's a whole bunch of builds that I want to do in this game. Let's take on this spider stack. I will not let them go freely. I will auto-combat them away. And I will collect their money and their souls, and I'll get the Ring of Flanking. Thank you. We have managed to finish researching Sow Confusion, which is the siege project that will displace all enemy units by 4 hexes and grant them a stack of misfortune. Now, Poison Blades is actually really good. However, we don't need it for our skirmishers. This would be very expensive to maintain. In fact, it would completely wipe out our mana income. So I'm going to go for Summon Gremlin instead. Purely based on that mana decision. I cannot afford it. The city of Slampit can annex another province. We want to make our way towards the layer of Silk up here. We want to annex as many of these ancient wonders as we can because they provide you with that incredibly rare, incredibly powerful Imperium income. Garrick the Sorcerer has leveled up. She's currently level 6. I will take the more support abilities. I think Precision Training is quite good. 10% accuracy, 10% critical chance for every unit in our army. It's quite a good DPS increase. Oh, very nice. We found an army of Rak Shaggy. He has a unit out here on their own, completely undefended. This is basically just a free win for me. Perfect. Why does it look like Carissa the Red is preparing to invade me? I don't like that. I'm going to go ahead and start building defensive things in this city, like the Archer battlements and the Caltrop stash. That'll give the city a little bit of fortification bonuses. Right, let's clear out this Marauder army. It should be fairly easy. We shouldn't take too many losses. No losses at all. Perfect. I think it would be good to clear out the Great Bird Nest. And honestly, it would be good to kill Harperton as well. So that I can get total control over this bottom left corner of the map. I don't even think there's any underground up-downies here. Like the things that you transition. Yeah, I don't see any well, there's an underground. The closest underground passage is here. So I'm pretty sure if I take Harperton, I might completely lock down. Oh, there's one there. There's an underground passage here. I don't know why I called them up-downies. I couldn't think of the word. Underground passages. We could go attack Harperton. We don't need to. I think it would be easier if we just gathered all of our units and sent them east to take out Thorn. I'm a little bit worried about Carissa the Red declaring war on me, although she has a positive relationship with me. Let me see, would she do a Wizard's Bond? She would. Now, what about maybe we get an alliance with Carissa. Oh no, we'll see. Something for us to consider. Now, I'm not recruiting these Berserkers because they're 16 gold each, right? And while Berserkers are really good, the fact that I could have 4 Sunderers for every Berserker in my army just makes Sunderers a much better proposition for me. We are under attack by Rak Shaggy. And he has come at us with a lot of tier 2 fire-based units. A lot of Houndmasters as well. I'm curious to see how this goes for us in auto combat. Right, so these Berserkers seem to have done a lot of work for them. I'm curious to see why we did so poorly. I'm going to go ahead and retry this. I feel like I'll be able to manage this battle a lot better than him. Like the auto-resolver, I mean. I think one of the key things that we want to do here is we want to keep our units spaced. These Pyromancers, they do an AoE Flame Strike that does a decent amount of damage. So we never want to be able to let them hit more than like 2, maybe 3 units each. Now, I think it's perfectly fine for us to gather up our troops for the first turn of this battle, because we plan to make use of the War Shaman's buff. And so we will do little invigorations to heal everyone up. There we go, the whole army is invigorated, healed, and strengthened. And then next turn we'll see if we can get a fat regeneration wave off. Now this right stack is a little bit more forward than these left stacks, so I might try to make use of that to my advantage. Now if I started dropping Blaze of the Hordes here, I think we can do some serious work. And so I will. Like honestly, some of these units are already just like half dead, which I think is a fantastic opportunity for me to rush forward with my Sunderers and try to make something happen on this right side by like just getting early kills here. I think will be big for me. So they're going to throw some more heals themselves. We'll get hit by some flame strikes, but that's not a worry. I will be dropping a fat rejuvenation on that side. Sure enough, we took some losses before the enemy. do I want to drop an AoE chill, or do I want to try and get a mind control off? If I mind control a Berserker here, okay, he resisted it. That's unfortunate. Let's drop another Blaze of the Horde. Here's a really good Blaze of the Horde. Boom. 4 units damaged. Magic Blast, 70% chance of getting a kill. Get up into this guy's face and pin him. This will force him to move and take an extra hit. And basically, I think that's kind of what we want to do, is use skirmishers in melee against ranged units and use them at ranged against melee. Why don't you go up and fight this barbarian? Very good damage. Very nice damage. Now we just need to trigger him to have his steadfast moment. So let's shoot him 3 times. That should trigger his steadfast. Boom. So he went berserk and he's now also steadfast. My Houndmaster, I'll move him 1 tile to the right. And I'll move my warrior up. And I'll do a shield. Well, there's no need to do a shield bash, is there? Better off just doing a big fat melee strike and killing something. Yeah, 2 melee strikes on this ranged cavalry unit is perfect. Really just make him scared. We need to bring down this tyrant cavalry. The knight. Oh, it's not a tyrant, it's a knight, I see. But yeah, he needs to be brought down, so we will bring him down. So what can we get kills on this turn? We can kill the dog. That's perfect. I think we can kill this scout as well, if we get up there. My marksman can massively damage this guy. Need to keep the war shamans in the back, nice and safe. Let's make sure we get rid of that knight as well. Oh, we missed. Okay, that's unfortunate. Keep throwing and damaging. Now, the good thing about my army is we maintain our ability to damage as we get hurt, right? Because we have that tenacious ability. So even though we get hurt, we keep pumping out the damage. So that makes us really scary. Let's see what they can do. They inflicted a big misfortune on me, so I'm going to have to do something to counter that. I have a plan. Ooh, he crit me. Alright, he crit me. That hurts. We resisted the shield bash, that's good. Alright, so he pushed forward in a really big way. And now I'm going to use the spell that will cause him massive issues. This is Vine Prison. So I'm going to cast it right here. And randomly vines will appear to cause problems for him. I'll kill that berserker just to get him off the field of battle. I have a skirmisher here. I think the skirmisher needs to chase down this archer. This archer, in order to fight back, has to step out of my zone of control, which will force him to take another melee strike from my Sunderer. There's a couple of pyromancers here I need to deal with. Also, my leader is under threat. Let's blast you. Inflict that misfortune. As long as you don't miss or fumble, he's dead. Perfect. Now I need you to seriously hurt this guy. Perfect. I just need you to hit. Very good. Come on. Give me like a scooch more damage on that. Triple melee strike you. Boom, boom. Very good. Kill him. Ooh, that's a graze. You need to kill him then. Skirmisher, you can finish this guy off. He should have a good chance of dying. Get behind this range unit. Slap him twice. Perfect. You should be able to scurry out. You'll take damage, but you should be able to scurry. I guess you should just counter stab. Let's make sure we run up and tackle 2 range units. Now, she has an extra action point because she killed something, so I'm going to get her to turn around and kill this battle mage. So as the battle currently stands, I think it's pretty even, but I'm going to have my second charge of Invigorate next turn, which will give me an opportunity to re-heal, re-strengthen, and buff up my troops. I also, while I am heavily stacked with misfortune against me, I also have vine prisons around distracting. So those are going to be really helpful, particularly for the berserkers. See, he wastes an entire berserker turn just killing a vine. All right, skirmisher, keep chasing him down. So skirmishers, I feel like, counter range units and they counter melee. It's a very, very fun combo. Let's cast another vine prison over here to keep these guys distracted. Right. Now, these guys have really bad misfortune, so I cannot rely on their damage. Let's drop the invigorates. 1 invigorate, and then another invigorate, and then another invigorate. So we got 3 really fat invigorates. That'll give us a ton of regen potential, and we can start killing off some of these boys. All right, we're flanking him, so he should take serious damage. You have a small chance to hit, but I'll take it. There's a nice graze. And what do you got, Houndmaster? Let's try to use our hero to clear out the rest of their range DPS. If we can get rid of that range DPS, I think we've got this battle in the bag. The vines are still doing work. Like every turn the vine just eats up an action from the enemy. All right, hero, keep dropping those fat attacks. Very good. Houndmaster, finish him. Perfect. Drop another vine prison. It's an expensive spell, but let me tell you, it does work. Gotta keep this berserker distracted while I deal with the rest of his army. I'll use this skirmisher to finally kill this archer out on the flanks. Perfect. And we'll use the cool shot to kill you. Perfect. Archer, I want you to trigger Steadfast on this Berserker. I want you to stab him to finish him. Let's send in the support units to start blasting these Flame Strikers. We have a small chance to miss, and yeah, we're missing a lot because of fumbles, I think. That was like, this is going to be my third 90% chance to hit miss, I think. I had 2 90% chance to hits that missed, which is really feels bad. Of course, that doesn't cover all the times I had a 30% chance to hit and I crit someone. God, I love vines. God, I love vines. They're so good. Vines might actually be the meta. I got to get rid of this damn Flame Striker. If I can get him out of the battle, that'll be good. Need to get rid of this spider as well. I'm pretty sure some of these units don't actually break when they get hurt. I'll Blaze of the Horde just to finish this guy. Yeah, I think they're routing. I'm going to let them flee the field. We have managed to turn what was a fairly crushing defeat into a crushing victory. Now, consider what we traded there. We traded a handful, maybe a stack and a bit of tier 1 units for stacks of tier 2 units and heroes. Really efficient trades on my end, and I have another stack coming to refill the ranks. Just a stack asunder is coming. Oh, we're being attacked again. I think I can auto-resolve this one. A hero died. I'll manually fight this to prevent the hero death. AoE heal, and then the AoE heal. And don't forget the strengthened you also get from doing this is like really valuable. We buff up our army, and then we move out to start fighting. Let's drop a nice Vine Prison right on their face to keep them distracted while we run up and do damage. The vines just constrict their movement so much. It's really great. Let's drop another Vine Prison between the enemy army and their hero to isolate him, so they just cannot get there to reinforce him. And now we can use all of these beautiful flanking attacks to just obliterate this hero from behind. Kaboom. And now they basically just have to sit there and take it while I blast them down from range with infinite Vine Prisons in front of my armies. It must be very frustrating to deal with. No matter how many vines you kill, yet more will come next turn. So don't you worry about it. If you think you're going to be able to attack me, it ain't happening, buddy. Oh my god, she managed to hit my hero with the death spell and killed it. God damn it. That's annoying. Okay, I understand how the hero died now. Okay, I basically got the same outcome as the auto-resolver. Feels bad, I'm going to have to revive that hero. And in order to revive that hero, I'll have to build the crypts. So let's get the crypts going. Reviving heroes is actually quite expensive, so it's really painful to lose them, like economically. Let's use this mana that we have to start summoning irregulars to refill our ranks on this frontline army. It's time for us to finally start using that summon irregular spell. Now the downside of that is we are going to start burning through our mana faster than we probably had been at this point. Garak the Sorcerer leveled up once again. She's up to level 7. I will take Spur to Action because that's a really good ability. And I do have a new hero join offer, but I think I'm just going to revive the hero that I lost. We will take War Slaves. We could, yeah, Right to the Chosen Warriors. We don't need that yet. We'll take that soon. Maybe when we're on 5 cities and we want to shit out just a ton more units. I'm going to take the War Slaves. This will mean every time I raise a city, I'll get population in my existing cities. Right, so we managed to build a crypt in the Root of Chaos. So I'll go to my prison. Sorry, not my prison. I need to go to my crypt and I need to resurrect Aisha Crate. Now, resurrecting a hero is very expensive. Because she's a level 7 hero, it's going to cost 450 mana. I'm willing to pay that though because she's that good of a unit. In terms of buildings that I want to make in my capital, I do think I want the Shrine of the War God so that all of the units that I produce in the city will get an extra +2 physical damage. Let us clear out this node. All attacking units are displaced. That should be fine. We should be able to clear this. We might take a loss. No losses. Perfect. So I'm going to clear out this infestation here and then we'll hit Harperton. Center Pike can recruit more units. I can't really afford to recruit more units right now, so I'm just going to be using the Summon Irregular spell to keep my armies refilled. Like, of course, I can afford more units. It's just that I've emptied out my gold reserves. Right, let's clear out this root stack of anger. Perfect. Good job. And then we want to clear out this support stack. We will be pruning the shrubs. We do not let them grow. Get wrecked. We got a free unit out of that. I love it. And then we'll clear the Great Bird Nest itself. Perfect. Auto-resolve, 39 gold, 0 losses. We get 91 food, 67 mana. The Circlet of Protect Mind, which grants control loss immunity. Now, control loss immunity is things like Berserk and Mind Controlled. And it also reduces the morale loss. We also get the Arcfire Orb, which is a tier 2 primary magic ability. And a free Dire Penguin. Hell yeah. And so, Harperton, we will be declaring war on you so that we can step in here and start pillaging your quarries, because now it only takes a single turn. Now that we can pillage for money, 1 per turn, this is where we can start going into negative gold. We will produce so much money from our warfare that running a negative gold income is actually sustainable for us. The big problem that we'll have is actually just getting raw gold to be able to build, tile improvements and tile improvements and buildings in our cities. That's going to be the thing we'll struggle with a little bit. We finished researching summon Gremlin from the Tome of Mayhem, so now we can summon this quite powerful tier 2 skirmisher unit, and we probably will summon a couple of them to use up our mana here. Infectious Insanity is quite a fun ability, but it might be good for us to get Primal Mark. Nah, I'll go for Infectious Insanity. It's just straight up a better spell. Harperton, Treasured Brother. Oh, I failed the quest. That's okay. Harperton has sent a couple of armies at me, actually. Let's see if we can't take them on. We've got Afsar Horse Tamer alongside a few knights, a couple of bannermen, and generally just a lot of good units. Losing a single skirmisher for this entire stack wipe, that's an outcome I'm willing to accept, especially because I just got a Fury back as a refund. Every time we win a battle, we have a 50% chance of gaining a tier 1 or tier 2 unit that can be produced in a city. So losing a single unit is 100% within acceptable ranges. We are going to put this city under siege. We will add the Harass the Defenders siege project, as well as the Headlong Assault, so that we can speed up the siege, and then we will just hold steady. The rest of my army stacks will be running around pillaging province improvements for the gold and the healing. My units get healed when they blow those things up. Now, bit of a problem. The Seat of Shadow has been built by Safeword, the city of Tugrum. So he's already started on his victory condition. This time I don't feel so bad about it as I did in compared to the last game. The last game, I was in a much worse position when that was happening. Because remember, I was playing a much slower mana build. Whereas this is like the definition of a rush down the enemy with everything you got built. I'm tempted to take this fight right here, because they only have a lot of support units. There's nothing really here that's scary, so I should be able to auto-combat this. And if I get a bad auto-combat result, and honestly 3 skirmishers is not a bad auto-combat result, I'll just accept it. I'm going to summon a gremlin into this army. There we go, little fiendish gremlin to replace some of those guys. And we're going to have to pause unit production just for like a turn or two while we continue to develop our economy. Aisha Craig has leveled up once again. I'm going to give her... Do I want to give her his defense? Yeah, honestly, better defense is perfect for her. She has a ton of health, and she needs to be able to sit in the front line and just take hit after hit after hit. Now, my ruler has leveled up, and I would like to take a chaos ability, but I don't want to take assassinate. That's painful. Virulent Outbreak isn't my favorite ability. I mean, it's nice because it makes my enemies weak to magic damage. The disease effect lowers enemy resistance to magic, but I feel like Restoration is just a better pick here, so I'll take it. She has a lot of healing now, a lot of healing. We have managed to gather the remains of Afsar Horse Tamer, who has a few interesting abilities, especially if we were to make a sort of ranged unit. So I'll go ahead and sell his remains, and also I just need the money too. I would rather execute prisoners. Can I do that? I don't want to grant them freedom. I want to execute them and sell their corpse. Let's see. Revel without a cause. We can share our best ales and wine, and we will lose some money, but we have a chance of getting a stability boost. Or I can just take a chaos crisis. I'll take the chaos crisis. I don't want to spend money right now. Money is very precious to me. I would like to clear out the stack. I'd have to fight 2 very powerful armies though. So perhaps we will just be slowly circling around and sending off lone skirmishers to the north to clear out these tile improvements. Let the pillaging begin. Thorn will be put under siege probably in the next turn, and there's so many tiles around here that we can rip down for money. Run free, my little pillagers. Run free and pillage. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a big money turn. I've sent all the skirmishers out. I'm pillaging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles in one turn, which should result in at least 500 gold, probably a little bit more. Let us put the City of Thorn under siege. We will add the Headlong Assault siege project. This makes my units take some damage at the start of the siege, but it also makes the city siege go like 50% faster. And so I'll be taking that as our move. I'll also sow some confusion because it's relatively cheap, and it'll bring that down to a 3-turn siege. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We have finished researching Infectious Insanity, which allows us to inflict the insane ability, which basically makes a unit insane and then gives them a chance to inflict insanity to another player. So let's go for our second tier 2 tome. We could go for the Tome of Glades if we wanted to create more forests and stuff, and we do scale quite well off forests from what I remember. If I recall correctly, The Forest of Stakes, that scales off the number of foresters. The Herbalist scales off the number of forests as well. So we could go for a foresty type build. We could also choose to go for the fertility. This is if we wanted to go in a more of a farming direction. I feel like we should go more in the forester direction. So I'm going to take the Tome of Glades. This will also give me access to the Glade Runner, which is a really damn good tier 3 range unit. So I'll grab the Glade Runner first. Leaf Skin is quite good. It gives me Forest Walk and Forest Camouflage. Let's lock Create Forest. Let's take Leaf Skin and try to coat the world in forest. So he's starting to come and he's bringing a whole bunch. What's his name again? Rakshaggy. Rakshaggy is bringing a whole bunch of stacks here. He's got Berserkers, he's got War Shamans, he's got Furies on mounts, and we got thousands of gold in the bank from pillaging the hell out of all this money. I'm going to build the blacksmith in my capital to get the plus 20 draft income, and this will also lead to the armory. I want to be able to crap out these Sunderers even faster. Like, being able to build one Sunderer per turn is not quite enough. I'm now officially pure evil, however. My alignment is negative 130. That's from all the pillaging, that's from all the burning, that's from all the looting. We are under attack by the Free City. I think I lose this auto combat. However, I think I can win this if I play it in a very particular and very careful way. Let's see what we can do. Remember, skirmishers excel at fighting in a variety of situations. So if we can bait these guys into taking a fight that suits us, namely by using vine prisons, I think we can do a lot of work here. Like, already with just our first few attacks, we've sundered his defense down to nearly nothing. And he's got 5 stacks. He's got 5 stacks of sundered defense and 5 stacks of misfortune, meaning he has basically a 50% chance to do half damage. And he can't even get to us because these vine prisons are in the way. So let's see what they do to get rid of those vine prisons. Oh, he did a whirlwind attack. All right, you know what I'll do? I'll play some more vine prisons. How do you like them apples, my dude? Boom. Oh yeah, now we're flanking them. Oh, we missed. Come on. How can you miss that attack? How can you hit your own vine? Come on, get the kill. Thank you. So I'm pretty sure if we just focus them down one by one, making excessive use of vine prisons, I think we're good. So what's he got? He's got Fortune and Strengthened X5. Okay, he's scary. Why do we have such a bad chance to hit? Obscured by Obstacle. Whatever, just start hitting them. Just start bringing them down one by one. And by sundering his defense, we can slowly but surely bring his health down to a more reasonable level. Oh yeah, get those immobilizers off. So I think we have enough vine prisons up to where we don't have to cast one this turn, which is seriously ideal for us. Man, they all just like overlapped their the defense zones, making themselves like really hard to hurt. But look, that's all right. That's what they want to do. Right, another vine prison for you, monsieur. I don't know why we can't get like high percentage chance to hit. I mean, I'm doing the standard stuff I would normally do. I'm just having much lower chances to hit than I'm used to. I guess we are playing in like a forested area, so that's reasonable. 50-50 shot of a kill. Oh yeah. There's a 75% chance. That's what we like to see. So we're cutting through his fortune. He now has no fortune. He only has sundered defense left. He is poisoned. Let's see what he chooses to do. They're eating corpses. All right, fair. Oh, they're coming up for the fight. Oh. Regardless if I lose this fight, okay? Oh, you're flanking. You get those melee strikes in, my dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah, regardless, I feel like we're getting good damage in. You know, like we should have lost to this stack, like, easily. It was a stack of tier 3 units against a stack of T1s. You know what I mean? That's an obvious loss. So the fact that we turned that around into a victory, that honestly feels pretty damn good. Wait, they're fleeing! I made them flee! Oh my god, I actually won! What the hell? They fled. My shit stack. My shit stack of T1 units beat a real army. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, that's a beautiful day. I'm telling you, dude. The T1 spam is OP. Like, Sunderers, the skirmisher unit, are insane. We've got 1,000 gold in the bank now, so we can get back to recruiting. Let's open up every city and just fill their recruitment queue with Sunderers. That's 3 cities fully stacked on Sunderer production. Soon to be 4 cities when we take over Harperton, which is about to happen. Yeah, let's go. Let's take Harperton. We will auto-combat this away because we should take this without any losses. Okay, we lost 3 crappy units and gained a bunch of money. So we pillaged every tile in the city. We completely own everything here. We're going to go ahead and raise it for 1,000 gold. Thanks, buddy. And don't forget, also, we get +1 population to one of our cities for every 3 population that's raised here. There's 11 people in the city, so we're going to get +1 pop in 3 different cities. Could be +1 in one, or +3 in one city. I'm not really sure how the distribution is done. Center Pike can annex another province. Well done, Center Pike. You're doing a great job. Let's go ahead and get your second lumber mill so you can continue to develop nicely. We capture the corpse of Jonah Horse Tamer. And he actually has some pretty nice equipment. So I'm going to go ahead and sell his remains, refill my coffers, and then click on my leader, if I could let the menu let me do that. And instead of using the Staff of Blight, which is a 60% chance to poison, I'm going to give you the Staff of Decay, which is a chance to bleed and decay an enemy, which prevents them from regenerating hit points. So I think that's a better one. In terms of helmet, the Visor of Farsight is fine. I'm also going to give you the Orb of Seeing. So now you have +4 vision range, 1 from the Farsight, 3 from the Orb of Seeing, and also Sensing range, which allows you to see things in the Fog of War. I will give you the Ring of Resistance. You don't need the Chestplate of Vitality, honestly. I'll give you the Evoker's Robes. Actually, no, you should have the Chestplate of Vitality. I do have a magic user. Now, where's my other hero, the magic user? That would be Garrick the Sorcerer. Now, right now she has a tier 1 fire orb. I'm going to give her the Arc Fire Orb, which is lightning and fire damage. So it's slightly better. It's about 4 damage per attack better. I'm going to give her the Mask of Precision, which will give her accuracy and a little bit of defense, as well as the Evoker's Robes, which will give her a damage boost. You can ride a boar into battle. And I'm very happy with you now. Perfect. Capital City has finished building this. I would like to get my 3rd quarry in here so I could build an upgraded armory. We are low city stability here, so I'm going to go ahead and build the Bat House. I'm also going to come over here and, I wanted to take the natural order for the extra province stability there, but I guess I can't. Not yet, anyway. Oh, man. I was actually getting ready to take the city, and there are 3 heavy stacks of berserkers coming for me. Whew. Okay. It's going to be a tough battle, but I think I can do it. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 berserkers, 3 evokers, multiple war shamans. Now here's the thing, he doesn't have a whole lot of range damage. So I'm pretty sure if I auto-combat this, I would have a decent chance of winning. No, okay. Apparently just the auto-combat AI is really bad at dealing with berserkers, so I'm going to go ahead and fight this manually. Right, so here's the plan. The plan is I'm going to be dropping a whole bunch of Vine Prisons over here on this left army to keep them distracted and waste their time. Then on this right section, I'm going to be moving up aggressively to try and take them on. Let's drop some strengthens on our army to get the regen and stuff. And then we will make a very, very fast assault. Now we want to stay out of range of these berserkers, with the exception of my hero. My hero can be in range because if I manage to just bait them forward, like that's honestly perfect. So Operation Vine Prison is working. We have managed to heavily delay this left section and we're already deep in combat with this right section. The big thing is we need to take out their range units. That's going to be where a lot of their DPS comes from. So just keep Vine Prisoning this left section while we obliterate this. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. I need to get rid of that doggo. So can we get a little strike on him? And then we'll bring the hero forward to get this kill. 1, 2. Good job, hero. And then we want to go up and tackle this archer. That'll put him into my zone of control. And then in order to get him out of that zone of control, they'll have to do something a little bit more drastic. Now, we want to bring down these berserkers. We need to get them down below 33% of their health to force them the 66% chance of stunning. Oh, lovely. Yeah, we need to get their health down, basically. Once we get their health down below the critical amount. Yeah, because if we get them down below that amount, right, their berserk ability will trigger, which triggers their steadfast, which means that they cannot die. They can't go below 1 hit point, and then we can kill them next turn. So that's kind of the play that we're looking to do. Let's bring the Sunderer up and then throw a bolt at you. Perfect. So he's sundered to hell and back. Let's move you to here. I need to start sundering this guy on the left. If we could bring him down as well below the threshold this turn, it would be amazing. So I'll bring the Houndmaster up. Oh, he's almost there. Maybe I can do it. 50-50 shot. There it is. Steadfast is triggered. Perfect. So I'll be able to kill both of these berserkers next turn. Oh, and I get to show off the Gremlin's ability. This is quite a fun one. So basically, what they do is they throw their ability and then they turn the enemy unit around so they face the wrong way. It's a very, very fun battlefield manipulation ability. So I haven't even used my full stack, but I've taken out this right side of the battle and we'll see what they do with their center now. So the vines are triggering, they're trying to entangle them. So the thing about the vines is if you try to move out of the vine, out of its zone of control, it has a chance to entangle you. It's a very low chance, but it is a chance, which means it will slow you down. It will make your life harder. And you have to expend actions to actually get rid of the vines. And that's all they need to do. All they need to do is to delay my enemy's action economy so that I can get more efficient trades. That's the real power of Vine Prison. Honestly, I think Vine Prison might actually be a little bit overpowered. It should maybe summon like 3 of these vines. 5 vines is kind of insane. All right, let's kill one of these guys. Boom. That's one Berserker down. I want to chase down this guy. Perfect. I'm also going to chase down this Pyromancer because we can do a big melee strike, and then if he wants to get out of there, he'll have to take a opportunity attack. I love the idea of opportunity attacks. It's such an excellent gameplay mechanic. I'm really glad that it as an idea has started to come into vogue in these like tile-based games. Probably have a lot to thank for Dungeons and Dragons there to bring that around. Although maybe that came from like earlier board games, who knows. Okay, so next turn I believe, or sorry, not next turn, but the turn after next will be a invigoration turn. So I'm a little bit scared about all these berserkers here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut across to the right like this and just start doing a bit of damage where we can get hits in, just to sunder their defense, bring them down to something a little bit more reasonable, make them face the wrong way, lower their fortune. Anything we can do to just get some damage on the board. Oh, I missed. I need to hit him one more time, I think, to trigger his steadfast. So I'm going to run forward and go for it. Come on. There we go. There's the steadfast. So we triggered another steadfast this turn. That's amazing. Super happy with that. Oh, he just hit me with the big misfortune debuff. I'll need to do that to him as well. I think I have that spell. All right, another Vine Prison here to keep him distracted. This Berserker is dead from a single ranged attack, so let's go ahead and get him finished. My hero can run up and kill this guy from the back, and then he'll trigger an extra action point to come forward and drop a shield defense. We need to bring down the HP of a few of these units here. Is it Shaman turn? No, it's not. It's not Shaman turn until next turn. And boom, there. Oh, Graze, really? Kill these spiders, please. I think my Gremlin got murked, which I'm a little bit sad about because they're a fun unit. Let's drop out AoE regeneration to bring everyone back up to nice full health. The staying power that the regen spell, the regen ability gives you is just super good. Also, Sundering Defense is so powerful. Like, you completely obliterate your enemy's effective health, especially if you're, like, adding crit damage on top of that. Right, so the enemy has done a little bit of a counterattack. They've also inflicted major misfortune. I think the best way for me to counter that is to actually drop a fortune buff on this side of my army. That'll remove a ton of the misfortune. It won't get rid of it all. You go ahead and kill that spider for me. Perfect. I'm going to use you to drop in some invigorates over here on this right section of my army. That'll heal and buff, particularly this hero. I need him to refill his health pool a little bit. So I'm going to hit him with a triple invigorate. And then he can rush forward. I probably only need like 1 or 2 more kills to trigger the rout. So let's see if we can make it happen. Oh wow, you just literally sundered your own unit. God, come on, 50-50. That's a miss. Hey, sometimes the numbers play in your favor, sometimes they don't. There we go. I think that's the route. Are we there? No, we're on the verge of routing the enemy. I think maybe killing this Berserker will do it. Yeah, there it is. Enemies fleeing the field. Boom. So killing 3 stacks of units for a single Gremlin loss. This is the power of the Chaotic Sunder, okay? It is so damn strong. This was honestly the build. I actually had a series recorded before I recorded the other one, but it was so overpowered that I decided not to share it. So we could get the Mark of the Horde trait, which would give us an Materium Affinity, and it would also give our cities +1 stability for every 50 gold we have in our pool, up to 30. So if we have 1500 gold in our pool, we just get a bunch of stability. I'm going to say worshipping riches is folly, because I don't want the new trait. I'll just take the stability hit. Let's clear out this city. I'll just auto-combat it away. It should be an easy enough. Yeah, I lost 2 Sunderers. That's fine. And now the city of Thorn is mine, and we are immediately going to raise it. In the next episode, we will be invading the underground and going for his throne city, Whetstone. But the sheer amount of cash that I have on my person, and like Harperton is getting raised as well over here. I'll soon be able to build up to my 3rd Doom stack. And once I have 3 Doom stacks roaming the world, once I have teleporters, which I can unlock in 6 turns, Yeah, things are going to go absolutely wild here. I'm kind of wondering, where do I stand on the military score side of things? I'm currently only the 5th strongest military in the game. I do have the biggest empire and the 4th biggest economy, but otherwise I'm actually super behind. But I think after I beat this guy in warfare, I'll have snowballed to the point where the map-spanning conquest will be unstoppable. And this might actually be my fastest brutal victory ever. Anyway, I'm going to call that the end of this episode. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!